Recording.
Voracek on the left wing in the middle, shoot is all the way across. Couturier the shot. St. Helmut rebound. Voracek, he scores.
Now Voracek trying to jam it on. Oh, backhand. They score. Nolan Patrick on the rebound.
Couturier retrieves. Giroux cross and makes his way to Voracek. Back out in front. Simmons stop. Rebound. Couturier, he scores.
Now, Andy Robb, Ken Prell, the Philly Hockey Guys.
Hey, I know what this is from. Justice League.
Yeah, I figured I'd start
stuff.
off the show with, actually something I enjoy these days.
Oh.
One, that song, and the movie Justice League.
Yeah, that's it's been an interesting time for the Flyers. It's good to know that we have one line that plays well.
That's it. That's all
Yeah.
this team is right now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a while. Kind of hit a couple hiccups in the road. Just the weeks just fly by and just have a way of eluding us, getting away from us. But we wanted to get in here, cut something real quick before the Thanksgiving holiday.
There's only one reason why you wanted to do a show.
Why?
Oh, it's because one of our favorite players is currently not playing.
Yeah. Dale Weiss is going to be scratched.
No,
is that what we were talking about?
No. I'm not talking about Dale Weiss.
Oh, do you want to open with this?
I guess so. Maybe we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done that.
Yeah, welcome to the Philly Hockey Guys podcast. I'm Andy Robb.
I'm Ken Prell.
Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for joining. And, of course, shout out to all the other Flyers podcasts, blogs, websites, all that stuff that have been enduring these painful few weeks as we have as well.
Yes, it's been a frustrating start so far.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, you know what? I will say this much before we jump into the nitty gritty of the whole thing. It's nice to see G producing at this rate.
Oh, absolutely.
It's nice to see Voracek producing at this rate, and it's certainly nice to see Sean Couturier seems to have found a home.
He's the MVP of this team right now.
He's really playing well.
He is.
He really is.
I mean,
you see what happens when you don't jump him around from line to line?
well, I mean, we've been saying probably since show number 1 that, he put up great offensive numbers in juniors.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't he do that in the NHL? Well, surprisingly, if you put him with two talented players, the guy produces.
Yeah.
And,
hard to believe. What a crazy concept.
He's only, 3 goals off his career high,
Yeah.
I think. I mean, that's pretty amazing start to the season for him. And hopefully he keeps it going, and, hopefully the second and third lines start generating some offense.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of is getting to a slow crawl. I mean, Patrick finally has come back.
Yep,
he scored a goal
very
the
good
other
the other
night.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I just want him to be careful because that was tough. Everybody had that collective moment of anxiety attack when Patrick's head hit the board like that and got carried off.
It just throws you back to
Lindros.
Lindros, exactly, and that's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
And a career cut short, and just a dominant player, and you don't want to see that happen to Patrick. Right out of the gate. Let's. You don't want to see it happen to any player, but especially a guy of his.
Well, except for Dale Weiss. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so wrong.
No, I said I'm just kidding. He's the heart and soul of this team. No, but I think that this. I don't know. I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, the power play's just been kind of not even a thing.
Well, again, you have they've dealt with some injuries.
Yeah.
Every team deals with them, but I mean, they seem to have a rash all at once. I mean, remember the first 2 weeks of the season, how fast they were flying around the ice, how many chances they were getting. They were playing great defense, and then the injury to McDonald happens. And then it just kind of snowballed from there, and they've been, I don't know, it's kind of reminded me a lot of last year.
Mm-hmm. Hitting that bit of a lull.
Yeah. So, I hope that kind of changes here. I mean, again, they're a 500 team. I guess one of the things that you kind of got to look at it here, and I think Wayne Simmons probably said it best, that they're a 500 team right now, that you don't need to panic right now. They've played 20 games. There's still 62 games left to go. It's a young team. There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows, and right now they're just kind of in a lull period right now. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, they can get it, kind of turned around here quickly. But, as you get, again, only 20 games in, but as you get deeper, you don't want to be too far back before you make that run.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm a little worried about right now.
That's a problem that has, obviously has affected this team in the past. It's been something that's been somewhat of an Achilles heel, so to speak, for the Flyers. I mean, it's like, you get yourself into that, you make yourself kind of a dark horse in that race, and then circumstances, things happen, you hit yourself a bad streak of losses, and it winds up affecting and taking you out of the playoff picture, which is, like I said, kind of what they did to themselves in years past.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's really frustrating through these first 20 games that the Flyers have played this year, they've been shut out 5 times so far. When you're and those games have been kind of close. You've gotten decent goaltending in those games when you've been shut out. And then the games where you don't get decent goaltending, you're scoring, you're scoring 4 or 5 goals and you're losing 6-5 or 5-4.
A lot of those late game.
I mean, the other night against Calgary is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up 3-1. You gotta win those games,
those are the worst. I don't mean to interrupt, but those are the worst. Where you're watching 40 minutes of a hockey game, you're feeling great, and then all of a sudden you just feel ripped off for the entire viewing experience. All of a sudden, just, nope, sorry.
Yeah, and what, the Winnipeg game, they had a lead, giving up the tying goal with less than a minute to go, and then, losing in overtime. I mean, it's just...
Those kind of breakdowns, I mean, it's not even like they're outplayed. It's like sometimes, literally, they're their own worst enemy in some instances.
Yeah, I mean, when this team needs somebody to step up and make a big play, it just isn't happening. Again, it's a young team, so maybe that's to be expected.
I mean, do you think changing lines will even help? Because I kind of don't feel like it will. I don't know. I don't know what the secret to success is here with this.
Our buddy Bob, huge Flyers fan, Angry Bob as we call him. We were having a conversation earlier today, and I don't know what the answer is. Do you fire the coach? I don't think that's the answer. And I'm not a big Dave Haxtell fan.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the answer.
I see, that's the thing. I know you a lot of people can just grab the pitchforks and say, whatever, but I kind of agree.
I mean, last year it was, Giroux and Voracek, they're not producing like they've done in the past. Well, they are producing
that
this
Giroux,
year.
is,
So, shaking up the top line doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, certainly not.
I think really what we're stuck with, unfortunately, is you have to be patient because it's a young team. Wayne Simmons is probably right. It would also help if Wayne, started getting some scoring. I think it's been 12 games since he scored a goal.
Right around there.
Yeah, I mean that's when has that ever happened?
Not often.
No,
not often. No.
So, and I'm sure he's feeling the frustration right now. I mean, that's what happens when you're a 500 team and you're a young team. You just don't hope these young guys don't get too discouraged.
And also some of the young guys that aren't even with the club right now, down below in the Phantoms, they've been doing pretty well. Like Mike V, playing real well.
I keep seeing him show up in the stat sheets after these games, and you got to think maybe it's a time to give him a call up, maybe get, kind of a jump start.
Well, the Flyers, I think yesterday, they put Reed back on waivers.
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't heard anything else about him getting picked up, so I'm assuming that he's probably going to go.
It's what, the second time this year?
Yeah, the second time this year, which,
yeah.
You kind of feel for a guy when that happens.
Yeah, he's still getting paid his millions.
Right. No, I know. But, still, that's...
Oh, no, it absolutely sucks.
That's a bad feeling. That's got to be a bad feeling.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know what that means for Matt Reed. I don't know what it means for some of the young guns to come up and play with the Flyers right now, because the Phantoms are, they're looking really pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of the young guys down there seem to be having decent years so far.
I mean, I think we'll probably at least see Sam Morin joining the club pretty soon.
Well, yeah. Do you want to get to it now? The real reason why you wanted to do a show today?
There it is. It took how many games this season, though? So
it was what, 18, right? Yeah.
Give some credit.
18, 19 games.
Where it's due. So it's time to take a trip to our favorite place, NHL Disciplinary Night Court, starring Harry Anderson and Gary Bettman as Bull. Gary Bettman wouldn't be Bull.
No. He would be, what was it? Dan. He'd be Dan.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you think he'd be Dan?
Yeah, I think so.
John Larroquette.
Yeah, John Larroquette.
He's like my favorite character on that show. Anyway.
Oh, then maybe it wouldn't be Bettman.
No, yeah. Anyway, so it took a while, and, it was like, I'm not going to get suspended, but he's like, if I do get suspended, I'm going to do it in one of the most heinous ways possible.
I'm going to try to decapitate somebody.
Like, jeez.
Like, what is going through his mind? By the way, we're talking about Gudas and his 10-game suspension.
Well, I think as soon as you hear that, have we ever done disciplinary night court for any other player on the Flyers? We may have once.
I'm not sure. That's a good question. We
I
may
don't
have
know.
to go back and listen.
No, I am not going back and listening to... But you can follow us on iTunes and listen to all our old shows if you feel like torturing yourself. That was pretty bad. 10 games, though. Your thoughts? I think it's a bit much.
You asked me when it happened, and I said at least 5.
At least,
knew it was gonna
that's
be at
what we
least
agreed
5.
on. Yeah.
But because he's such a repeat offender that, we have a full bit on it. Ready to go at any time.
I mean, is this dude going to become like the next Rafi Torres? Like just getting suspension after suspension. I mean, and people were making the argument that before the whistle was blown and before Gudas, made that attack on Peralt, he was cross-checked 3 times in the back of the head.
It still doesn't give you a right to go swinging a stick like that.
That was the point that I was going to make. That downward chop, and people were like, anyone that says, look, I mean, and I love the Flyers. Yep. I think Gudas, I like the dude. I mean, how can you not with that mustache that he's rocking right now?
But he should get suspended just for that.
Hey!
Hey, you could kind of pull that off right now. You got the full beard going. Yeah. You could just shave the beard and leave the stash.
I could. I mean, yeah, because it's Movember.
That's right.
And of course, check out Movember.com. They don't advertise or anything, but it's always an important thing. Men's health is
absolutely
always very important. But yeah, I mean, there would be no argument, I don't think, from either of us. If anyone trying to defend that Gudas, I mean, that's when you see that. It's just like it's like you're using a paper cutter for crying out loud. Like that was blatant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
10 games, I still think is a bit much for a repeat offender, even though okay. But 10 games.
He did try to chop a guy's head off.
So you think 10 is right
for Gudas? Yes. If it was the first time he had
if it was like a Sanheim or something, 10 games.
I would say probably it's a 5-game at that point. Although you watch it and you just cringe at it. So maybe 10 games is what that is. It doesn't help that it was Radko Gudas.
Exactly. That was the point that I was trying. I was kind of trying to make without saying that, without sounding kind of biased.
Yeah.
Like, it's a penalty, it's a suspension because it's Gudas. But when you look at it, a lot of those things kind of speak for themselves.
Just
considering
an ugly hockey play.
There was no need for it.
No need for it whatsoever.
There's no need for that. I mean, in the NHL, but and also people also raise that other alternative conversation and argument. Well, it's like, Crosby can slash and take off a tip of a dude's finger.
2 wrongs don't make a right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Crosby does some spearing and he takes some questionable slashes, but I don't know. You can't really compare the two. So
no.
Gudas serving his suspension, 10 games. Thank you for that. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So when do we see him next? What, January?
Something like that. But that means, possibly a return for Sam Morin to the fold. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think we all kind of want to see him up here. And when he got his chance, he was, hurt. So he didn't really get a chance. Mm-hmm. So, I'm all for seeing as many young guys up here as possible. I think it makes it exciting. I think it makes them a quicker team.
I think realistically we'll see Marin up in the future, but I think in terms of tonight's game, I don't think Marin's being called up.
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything either. At the time of recording this, it's like, yeah. Oh, and by the way, the update is Matt Reed did clear waivers as expected.
Yeah, we kind of thought
and he did practice with the Flyers this morning.
Oh,
so
all right.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I guess so. Real quick, you brought up Crosby earlier.
Yeah. As much as we don't like to bring him up.
No, but it just reminded me that
what's that?
We got ourselves another outdoor game coming up.
Oh, another I almost said Winter Classic.
Yeah, not a Winter Classic. We got a Stadium Series.
Yeah, that's it.
This time it'll be against the Penguins again, but this time in the Link.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool.
Finally making its way to Broad Street.
I think
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that may require a road trip. I think that's a game we need to go to.
Man, that would be something.
My nephew the other night sent me a text with just a picture of them standing outside of the Link saying, yeah. I think he was trying to a hint as like a Christmas present, but I'm like, it's 2019. I don't think I can get tickets yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen. There's been no word about that. No. They've just made the preliminary announcement.
Yeah,
but still.
Do we even have a date on it yet?
Yeah, actually, there is a date. February 23rd, 2019. The Link, hopefully home to. Never mind. I'm not even saying it.
No, go ahead and say it. No. Embrace it.
No.
Embrace it right now. I just saw this poll.
I'm not jinxing myself.
I just saw this poll on,
I don't care.
I think it was WIP had it, and they were saying, is it too early to even mention a certain football team and the Super Bowl in the same sentence?
Shut up!
And the results of the poll, when I checked it out, it was 51% said yes, 49% said no. So it's kind of 50-50 right now. People are scared to jinx it like you. You need to embrace it.
I'm not saying anything.
You need to embrace it.
I'm not saying anything.
On, say it with me.
Nope. What I will say is
your next Super Bowl champion.
Shh, don't you dare! I swear to God. Listen.
Come on, embrace it with me.
I will say this much: they look great. And they've been playing really well. and Carson Wentz is a great player.
Yes.
And he could be a generational talent.
So your next Super Bowl champions.
It'll be the New England Patriots.
Then I hope you jinx it.
No, but I don't like that kind of stuff. But yeah, having them playing at the Link, hey.
Yep.
All right. Better than playing at that stadium that Bane blew up in the Dark Knight. They got that fixed pretty quickly.
They did get that fixed pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll be exciting. So, yeah, mark it on your calendar with a big red star, February 23rd.
All right, it's
Flyers,
done.
Penguins, outside, freezing cold.
Hopefully, we're a little bit more competitive.
That's probably why they said it for 2019.
Yeah. They're like, next year, nah.
2018.
2019.
Yeah, they'll be a better team by 2019. Well, one could hope. One could hope.
Got to have faith.
Yeah. But, and that's going to be, it's funny that you bring that up. It's interesting because that matchup, that lineup for both teams could look a little bit different by that time, by 2019.
Yeah, that other team from
all jokes aside, you make a valid point with that.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh could be on the downward spiral at that point.
We could even have a new head coach in 2019.
I'm not saying anything because I'm the Dave Hackstall hater.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that.
I mean, like I said, that's
a lot can change. I mean, that's a lifetime in an NHL career.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll certainly be worth watching and maybe even worth buying the tickets for it. Because you know what? I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like last year with that Stadium Series at Heinz Field, I knew that the Flyers were going in that and they weren't going to win that game.
No.
They were just, the Penguins were just too good. And I knew it. I knew it. And I wanted to watch it and I watched a little bit of it and I got a moderate amount of enjoyment out of it. But I knew in the back of my head, right even before the puck drop, I'm like, Penguins are probably going to win by at least two. By at least two in this game.
So this will be what? The fourth outdoor game that the Flyers have played?
Let's see. They did the Winter Classic 2010, 2012, Stadium Series. Yeah, it'll be the fourth one.
And they have yet to win outdoors. so like law of averages, right? Right? They got to win this one.
I guess. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, what was that? That was Boston 2010.
Yeah, they lost that.
Rangers 2012.
They lost that.
They lost, what, 2-1?
Yeah.
I think that game. And then the Pens last year.
Yeah. So,
how about
so
that?
this has got to be a win. Right?
Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing, though. That's the thing about this team, and I'm sure a lot of people, like, it's like you got stuff on paper, you've got a lot going for you, and then what happens?
Again, by February 23rd of 2019, if we're all still here, this team should be, at that point, really competitive.
I would assume so, but you know,
and like I said, I think the other team will be on a real downward spiral at that point.
Well, I mean, when you're dead last in farm team rankings,
yeah,
it's either that or the Rangers. They're like hand in hand with each other, right?
Yeah,
we talked about that on an old show.
Yep.
Pens and Rangers are really down there.
Go back and listen to one of those old shows and let us know.
No thanks. Oh, you're talking to them. I was like, no thanks. I'm not going to do that. Somebody else
could do it too.
Somebody else out there's probably like, nah.
Bad enough I'm listening to this show. You want me to listen to the old one?
That's only because there hasn't been a new episode of Theory out in a while. But we thank you for listening, and thanks for tuning in. iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. So yeah, game coming up tonight. It's been a while since we've done a show, but not a lot of good stuff out of it. I mean, there's been some goals. That first line has really been producing.
Well, think about it. The thing that motivated us to get into the studio today, or really motivated you, was
to do Disciplinary Night.
Yeah.
Well, because we have to talk about it, because like there was no need. Are we getting back into this? Because there was really no need for that.
No. I'm just saying why.
No need for like that kind of retaliation.
I'm just trying to say why this show is kind of just thrown together today.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've been talking, Flyers and stuff on and off, for a while, but it's been hard to get into the studio. It's just been.
Yeah, it's been busy.
It has been.
Yeah.
It has been in radio land.
Yeah.
Hard to believe, but it has been.
So we're trying. We're still around.
Yeah, we are. And, of course, shout out to everybody on Reddit, Flyers, on Twitter, on the internet that are tuning in. We certainly do appreciate it. And let's jump back into things right now, talking a little bit about the Philadelphia Flyers tonight, taking on Vancouver. How do you feel about it?
What's Vancouver look like right now? What's their record?
Vancouver, kind of middle to the bottom of the pack, at least in the Pacific. They're second to last right now?
Yeah, 9-8-3 record. Very.
So they're kind of similar to the Flyers.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take Vancouver to win tonight then.
16 goals scored by Michael Del Zotto.
Yes. No, I mean, again, I don't even know how to predict this team because I have no idea who's showing up. Is the offense going to show up and a goaltender on the same night? Because we haven't seen that a whole lot this year.
It's been confirmed as well that Neuwirth is going to be getting the start for tonight, and Dale Weiss is scratched. So I agree with Ken. Vancouver wins.
No Dale Weiss, no win.
Thank God. How long did it take for them to finally scratch that dude? Like, honestly. Like, what did it take?
It's not his fault.
It's not whose fault? Weiss's?
Yeah. He's just going out there trying to get his pieces.
No, we're not doing that. We've already done one benchmark today. No! I don't know why. Every time I hear that drop, I always laugh. That Al Pacino drop. No! Not good! So yeah, I think
I don't know who wins tonight. Like I said,
it's anyone's game. Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
You've got two teams that have basically same records going against each other. I'll give the Flyers an advantage because they're playing at home tonight.
There's a whole bunch of listeners disappointed that we can't make a pick here because usually they just go against us and probably make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have no idea.
I've got nothing.
I'm sorry.
I say the key to this game is just try to enjoy it, Just we'll see what happens. I see things turning around. I agree with what Simmons says. Obviously, it's 20 games in.
I got 4 episodes of The Punisher left.
Oh, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Nice. I still have to finish that. I just started it the other day.
Quality show.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. That's what I'll be watching tonight.
No, you're going to be watching it.
I will. Because I'm a glutton for punishment.
Pretty much. And that's not even a national game, of course. That's going to be on NBC.
So I'm dependent on you to send me a link.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Bastard.
But we'll see. I mean, and also, I mean, there's another question to be raised. Like, I'm very interested in seeing these first lines match up against each other. Because Vancouver's first line has really been buzzing as of lately. Taking on, G, Coots, and Voracek. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game. I think that they can.
All right.
I think they can snap this losing streak. And like you said before, and it's like people have said before, they weren't blowout losses for this team.
They're maddening losses.
They're in it, but they're in it. So that's.
But it's very frustrating.
Right. It's frustrating, but it's not doom and gloom. It's not like, oh, they're the worst team ever. It's not like they're the Sabres.
Speaking of Buffalo, how are you doing over there with your Bills?
Man, how about that Peterman guy? Yikes.
I'll tell you one team who won't be in the Super Bowl this year.
Or ever again. No, I shouldn't say that. No, but can we stop talking about the Super Bowl, for crying out loud? You're going to jinx this whole operation. I don't like it. No! I don't like it. I'm going to send you to disciplinary night court.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Get out of here. You're going to night court. I got a cellmate for you. His name's Goody Gumdrops.
Come on, how could you not be thinking
Look,
Super Bowl after Sunday night?
Look, I didn't say I wasn't thinking it. I don't want to say it or discuss it out loud because I know what happens. I know what happens in this city. I know what happens.
You
got to
stop thinking that way. This team is 9-1. Nobody's better than them right now.
Yeah, remember? I think it was 2004. They went 9-1, and they went to the Super Bowl.
They went to the Super Bowl.
Lost.
Well,
by 3.
Here's the problem.
Lost.
Do you think
Lost.
Carson Wentz is going to be vomiting on the field?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
Really?
I think they all are. I'm not talking about this. Stop trying to trick me. It's a hockey podcast, for crying out loud. We're talking about the orange and black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how about those Sixers, too? Aren't they exciting to watch?
There are 2 great Simmons in Philadelphia.
There are.
Wow. Wow, that guy is impressive.
And Embiid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to talk about Embiid. Can we just get him a contract to play for the Flyers, too? He would be great.
Did you see that flop last night?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. And the fact that he admits it afterwards and gets the crowd all riled up.
That's something you wouldn't see Crosby ever do.
No. Somebody was saying to me earlier today, it said, you know what? Embiid is that athlete that Philadelphia has hated for years. And now we finally have that kind of athlete, the one who's just so polarizing.
Yeah.
And you love it. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah, he is something.
That's what's really missing from the Flyers is that attitude. You talk about the Eagles, they have this attitude that they're better than everybody else. Embiid and Simmons on the Sixers, they know they're not at the level of Golden State or Boston or whatever, but they act like it. They act like they want to be there, and they act like they want to get the ring. You look at this Flyers team, who there gives you that kind of attitude, like,
Simmons.
You know what? You can kiss our ass. We're the best out there. I don't get that from anybody. Even Simmons right now, I don't get that. I mean, he's really fighting it right now.
Well, I mean, in a way, that message was kind of conveyed by Radko Gudas, but not the best way, though.
No. I mean, there's ways to handle it, and I think the Eagles and Sixers both handle it, the perfect way. Even the Phillies with their new manager, Gabe Kaplan.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
I mean, he's a little nutty. He's a little out there, but, man, you look at him and, he's all jacked up and, he looks like the Incredible Hulk. I mean, but there's a guy who, confidence, I don't know if it's going to translate onto the baseball field or not. You don't think so? But at least it's there. I don't see any of that with this Flyers team. And maybe that's because it's behind the bench.
You were going to.
I'm just saying, you watch these games, his expression does not change at all.
He has the personality of a bucket of plaster of Paris.
What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know. You can use paper mache if you'd like. We can say paper mache. He has all the personality of paper mache.
All right.
Or a piñata that's already been broken.
Yes, that. I think the last couple of weeks have really broken him.
Wonderful. No, not that kind of broken. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. There's many facets, I think, of coaching right now with the Flyers that need to be addressed.
Well, it's got to start at the top then.
I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I'm just gonna sit back, relax. Simmons is right. It's only 20 games into the season.
Okay,
it's all right. The world isn't gonna end. At least I hope not.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, when they do win a game, they do this great thing where whoever's the star of the game puts on the Ric Flair.
Maybe nobody wants to wear it anymore.
But Ric Flair's thing was, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! They're not going out there and beating anybody.
That's right.
So if you're going to wear the
they're
Ric
not the
Flair
man.
robe.
They must be tired of that bit.
I love it.
I don't know, man.
Did you see the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair?
No.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm watching all this stuff. I'm watching Punisher. I'm watching 30 for 30. Anything to avoid watching the Flyers right now.
So now you know where Ken's been this whole time. No, I mean, I've been watching, but it's been frustrating.
Well, that's it. That's
just
the problem. I start,
7:30,
whenever the puck drops, I'm there, I'm watching, and then, I just,
I blame this.
They're up 3-1, and I'm like, yes, and then all before you know it, it's 3-3. Then they're up 4-3, and then it's 4-4, and then we go to overtime and we lose, and then,
It's seriously, I mean, and I don't want to say that. I mean, I hate saying it because, I love this team, but I really feel like sometimes I'm cheated out of my time.
Yep.
Really. I hate to say that, but,
time that could be spent watching The Punisher.
Yeah.
Or 30 for 30. Or going to the movies to see Justice League. I think I've hit everything that I've seen recently.
Or just putting up drywall. Make a pie. Thanksgiving's around the corner.
That's true. Yes. Go make a pumpkin pie.
Make a pumpkin pie. The way that we feel right now and the way we're speaking about this is kind of collectively the way that people's minds are wrapped around this team right now. Because it's all right. You guys
scattered and all over the place.
Yeah, you guys are you guys are trying, I guess, but I'm just not seeing it.
Yep.
I'm not going to say 20 games into the season that there's no passion because I still feel like it's there. They do come out and they stay in these games.
Yeah, it's just not.
But they just can't finish it.
There's just not that confidence or air about them that some of the other teams in the city have right now.
Like the Eagles.
Yeah. Or the Sixers. Again, the Sixers have, I think, almost the same record as the Flyers. I think they're just around a 500 team. But you look at both the Flyers and the Sixers, and you feel completely different about both teams. And it's just the way they go out and play, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what Flyer hockey is anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You always knew what Flyer hockey was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what it comes down to.
Well, let's just give it tonight and see what happens. And of course, after the Thanksgiving holiday, we will have a new show. So enjoy it. Enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday.
That's a bold prediction.
Ooh, bold. And if things keep going worse, we'll just become an Eagles podcast.
Or Sixers. I don't know. I don't know anything about hockey, but it hasn't stopped us from doing this show.
Yeah, there you go. See? People actually listen. No, but in all seriousness, though, we do appreciate you tuning in, and of course, we'll be back again real soon after Thanksgiving holiday.
Fantastic. Well, have a happy Thanksgiving. Are you heading home, or are you staying in the area?
I'm heading out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just having Thanksgiving in Amish paradise.
Ooh.
It's going to be fantastic.
I didn't realize you were Amish.
Oh, yeah. You should see me build a barn. Boyo. It's fantastic. Can I build you a barn? AndysBarns.net is a new sponsor of the show.
Fantastic. It's about time we got a sponsor.
And, of course, this podcast is dedicated to Wishbone and Drumstick.
Did they both get pardoned today?
Every time that he said drumstick, I thought he was saying Trump steak.
He pardoned Trump steak.
Trump steak, you good little turkey.
But I only saw one turkey get pardoned. What happened to the other one?
What do I look like?
Wishbone was nowhere to be found.
What do I look like? I'm the bailiff at Turkey Night Court.
Way to bring it all back to
Thank you.
Fantastic.
And seriously, Radko Gudas, like, slow your roll, kid. Like, come on, man.
He was not pardoned.
No, he was not. Not with Trump steak.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, happy. Have a...
What was that? Are you having a stroke?
I don't know. I was trying to say have a happy Thanksgiving, but it came out all, jumbled and a mess. Kind of like Justice League.
Oh, stop it. Here I was leaving in a good mood, and now you screwed that up.
Look at your face.
Oh, I'm out of here.
All right, well, have a happy Thanksgiving for Ken Prell. I'm Andy Robb. And let's go Flyers. Hopefully we get that win tonight. We snap that streak, and we get things rolling once again. We'll be back with a new show very soon. Take it away, voice guy.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like the Philly Hockey Guys podcast page on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Philly Hockey Guy. And subscribe on iTunes, TuneIn, and SoundCloud.